Okay, you've had practice dealing with summations. Now we're going to talk about the culmination of this unit. It's the concept of a series. And a series is almost identical to a summation with one subtle tweak. A series is the sum of an infinite sequence. So, a moment ago, we went from 0 to 3. That means it had 4 terms, 0, 1, 2, 3. If I were to take this stopping point and instead of writing 3, write an infinity symbol, then this has become a series. That can be a little bit tricky and a little bit intimidating, but don't worry, it's going to be fine. Some of them, very obviously, like go to infinity. They get infinitely larger and larger and larger. For example, if I'm trying to sum up a series that is just like every number, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, well, if I try to sum up every term in that, like every time I add a new number, it's going to get bigger, and it's going to get bigger even faster. So I will continue growing forever. There's never a place where it will like settle down and slow down and stop growing. But if a series gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, there are occasions when, because the terms are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it does what's called converging, which means that even though the individual math doesn't work out, like I can start writing this out. This sum is going to be 400 divided by 2 raised to the 0 plus 400 divided by 2 raised to the 1 plus 400 divided by 2 squared. And it's going to keep going like that. Despite the fact that I can never, ever, 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 ever finish writing this series out, I do actually know what it equals. And if you do some math, you might be able to come up with a guess as to what it equals to. So even though it is technically mathematically impossible to like do something an infinite number of times, there is a way to figure out what number every single term all the way to infinity, even though it is not an actual destination, adds up to. It's bizarre, and so I issue this challenge to you to see if anyone is able to figure out what is the sum of 400 divided by 2 raised to the n power from 0 to infinity. If you can figure out what this series is equivalent to, I will give you the grandest high five you've ever received in your entire life. Go forth and figure it out.